You know how you always have an intention to always just have like a great year ahead, especially New Year's resolutions and of course just life in general, right? But things don't always turn out the way that you envision. Sounds familiar? Stay tuned as I will share here with you how to have a drama-free life. Hi, my name is Evette Rose, author and founder of Metaphysical Anatomy, which is a book that helps you to understand hidden messages in the emotional body. And welcome to today's topic, where we will be talking about how to have a drama-free life and also New Year, right? So if you have moments where you feel like you're on top of the world, and then you have moments where you feel completely down, now, that is what life is about, right? Life will always be coming and going. We will have ups and downs. And it's not always going to be going the way that you want it to. But it's also how you react to those moments and those environments that drastically influences your quality of life. So step one, become manipulation proof with your family members or whoever it is that happens to have like that tight grip on your happiness and also your quality of your emotional life. Because this year and life is all about freedom, right? It's about finding freedom without having to fight for it. Step two, be mindful of what you energize, because for example, the universe in this case does not understand yes or no, wrong or right. It responds to what you feel. It's like that holographic universe. What you project, that is what comes back, right? So if you energize, for example, negative beliefs, that is what's going to start to reflect in your environment. So if you believe that you are a failure, then perfect, right? That is exactly what you have just become. Now, if you believe that you are successful and on your way to more success, then excellent, right? That is exactly what you've just become. So the thoughts that you hold of yourself is so incredibly important. So keep them simple, keep them straightforward, and also positive and free from what you think others think of you. Because let's be honest, right? You're not a professional mind reader, and what you think others think of you is in most cases completely wrong. Right? So what normally happens is that you project your own self-image of yourself onto others and then assume that they think the same. So just because you hold yourself, for example, now in a negative light, does not mean that others do the same. Right? So don't project onto innocent people who might actually think the world of you. And strangers are also exactly that. Strangers. Right? And the fact that they are strangers means that they hold no immediate relationship and value in your life in terms of opinion. So why give so much power to them then? Right? Talk about power. Let's move on to step three. So even now, if people are part of your family dynamics, right, it does not give them a free pass to take advantage of you and also to mistreat you. So regardless of age, regardless of gender, regardless of lifestyle, it just doesn't matter. Now, I doubt that someone actually has successfully challenged or even thought of you in a negative way, leaving a clear and a pure relationship dynamic behind with you, right? And for what? Right? So if I folded and, for example, complied then for the sake of what? Acceptance? That is toxic acceptance, right? That is toxic acceptance that comes at the price of your emotional well-being, right? It's not worth it. I'm sorry, right? No, I'm not just saying that to say like, okay, well, let's just cut ties then. But what I'm saying is exercise your birthright to have boundaries. And also then that topic leads me to step 4. Become rejection proof, right? Let's face it. That's where the drama actually then starts. It's when you feel rejected. It's when you feel offended and neglected. And also the list can go on. But the aftermath of these situations can become really messy, right? Only if you feel that you have something to fight for, right? And having something to fight against someone for. For example, now who is playing you into an emotionally manipulative game, right? So now you also know that you have, right? You know that you have a right to choose which emotional battles you want to jump into, right? Remember, so consciously choose your arguments instead of becoming a victim of it. Now we have step 5. So when you make a mistake, okay? When you make a mistake, it's called life. don't tie your self-worth to your goals, because if you do, then you are asking for emotional dramatic ride this year, right? So let's break the cycle. Achieve your goals because you are passionate about it, right? And keep your relationship with yourself separate to it. Your relationship with yourself, your characteristics and your personality it's almost like it's a complement to that. So, step 6. Let go of comparing yourself to others. If you were meant to be them, then you would have been them in this lifetime. And you're not. Right? So you have no idea what emotional storms these people actually are going through that you want to become. Are you really sure that you want to inherit their drama as well? Because it will come with the package. So you see, right? You see people through your own lens, which means you can only know what you perceive. So I'm sure that you've also lived a long enough life now to know, right? You know that looks can be deceiving. And also that in the end of the day, you could be in fact desiring someone else's painful life. So be careful what you wish for, because someone could actually even be wishing that they had your life. And if you knew this person, for example, you would then also perhaps, would you tell them in all honesty that if they had your life and they walked in your shoes, that they would be really truly happy? So you see, it's something to think about. We desire what we want based on what we lack. So now, if you have someone else's life, that might now fulfill your emotional immediate lack that you feel that's now like the greatest point. However, once you really now have that part that's now lacking being fulfilled, then you will see, for example, now what else is missing. And then the whole desiring cycle resets, right? Starts again, because now you're going to have a new lack that you're going to be focusing on because your current focus has now been taken away. So the conclusion is, be happy with what you have. Be happy and take comfort in the strength in the fact that you now also are in control of your life and also the direction that you want it to go in. That's called conscious control. Now, how do you accomplish that? Right? With your mindset, because that is where it starts. It's almost like trying to find happiness when you only hold negative thoughts, right? You are not in alignment with happy people. Right? So it will be harder to relate to them, to connect to happy circumstances and even recognize them. Step 7, stop also this yo-yo dieting thing. Like, who are you kidding? Right? It's called self-abuse and self-torture. You're the only one who sees your physical flaws. Right? And then you're also the person who feels the emotional anguish of that. And all for what? Right? You won't accomplish your end goal anyway. Right? Because it's called yo-yo. You're always back and forth, and before you know it, you're back at square one. So health. Listen, guys, this is so important. Health is a lifestyle. It's not a game. It's not a temporary project that you tackle. So if you really want to change and look and feel better, then make health changes part of your life and let it become a habit. Because healthy living is not something that you do every so often. It is a lifestyle. And now we have step 8. Align yourself with people and with circumstances and with habits that bring you peace. Right? It will bring you closer to your natural harmonious biological state because you are designed to be peaceful. Right? If you were designed to live in drama and trauma, then you wouldn't have been like combating all these waves of anxiety and stress, depression, insomnia, racing negative thoughts. Sounds familiar? Right? So it's time to go back to your blueprint. It detox yourself from people and also from things that are not in alignment with your natural inner peaceful state. Step 9. If you have New Year's resolutions or goals that you have set, then you are sure that you're going to achieve these goals in the actual year. Are you really sure about that? Right? Because if what did you do last year? Did you achieve all the goals that you set for yourself, or did you abandon them? Right? Your life is not a sprint, guys. It's a marathon. So pace yourself, because the more stricter your deadlines are going to be, might find yourself resisting achieving them even more. Right? Despite the adrenaline rush or feeling that you're like running out of time. But that's just another sign of drama addiction. So don't set your goals, for example, that you deep down know is not necessarily realistic for you. especially given certain timeframes that you give yourself. And you know yourself, so work within your capacity. But also think, for example, don't think too small, but find the balance between these two concepts. And then we have step 10. Stop complaining about things that you cannot change. Focus on what you can change. And then we have step 11. If there is something in your life that you don't like, then change it. Move things around. Take action. You're not a tree. You're not stuck in one place. Take action. Then we have step 12. Stop waiting for people to save you. It's not going to happen. And if it does, things and the changes that now start to come in will most likely be on someone else's terms. Sounds familiar? Right? So, and for example, it will also be based on what that person's wishes are for you and not necessarily what you want. So you receive support, but it's not the kind of support that you need, causing you to feel unsupported because that support is not in alignment with what you really truly need. So what you just accomplished is just the same state of stuckness with a different flavor and angle to it. Right? So there's the expression, same, but different. And then we have step 13. Love and prioritize yourself enough to know where your limits and your thresholds are. And have boundaries and express them when you need to. And so guys, that is how you can start to live, to have a drama-free life. So until next time, be the light that you are. Hi guys, thank you for joining me, and remember to grab your copy of Metaphysical Anatomy on Amazon, 679 medical ailments. And I also wrote about the psychosomatic root causes of that, and I'm spoiling you because I even added key points for you to start looking at important questions that you can ask yourself to start improving your quality of life. And also remember to catch me on Instagram, Evette Rose, 1 with the digit 1, and Metaphysical Anatomy on our Facebook fan page. Bye guys!